So what have you learned so far? Still trying to process? So have you ever been to church? You familiar with the Bible at all? Okay, so according to the Bible, he brought out that, like, what's your nationality? Mexican. Okay, so according to the Bible, get, so what is that? 2nd Ezra 13 and 40. We're going to show you that, like they say that the indigenous people here, the Native Americans, they say that you are part of that group, right? Exactly. That's what they say. But how did y'all get here? Because life started on the other side, the eastern hemisphere around Europe. So how did y'all get here? Don't know. We're going to bring it out. This is what the Bible says. The Bible gives the history of all people, all nations. Read what you got.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Okay, so the 10 tribes. This is the southern kingdom. This is the northern kingdom. All of these 10 tribes. So he's about to read how the 10 tribes got over to this side of the world. Read.
In the time of O.C., the king.
So this was doing one of the kingdoms back way long ago. Read.
Whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
So this was the king of Assyria. Read.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
So he said, where's that at? I'm gonna show you. Here's the map right here. So we're on this side of the world. Here's Israel. Here's Israel right here. So he said that the king gave us permission to leave because we was in captivity. That was your people, the 10 tribes. So y'all went through this path right here, and y'all started to go to the other side of the world. Okay? So read.
Verse 40. Whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters.
Carried them over the waters, read.
And so came they into another land.
So he carried them all the way over here to another land. So they started settling. Y'all people started settling on this part of the world. Okay, read.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would lead the multitude of the heathen.
So he said they took the 10 tribes. They took the counsel among themselves that they was going to leave this side of the earth. It was too much wickedness. And the Most High said, if you don't keep his commandments, he's going to send you into slavery. So they said, you know what? If we go somewhere where there ain't no people, we can keep your laws better. So read.
And go forth into a further country.
A further country, way on this side of the earth, western hemisphere, read.
Where never mankind dwelt.
Where never mankind dwelt. So God is telling us that the 10 tribes, he sent his 10 tribes all the way to the other side of the earth. Which your tribe, the Mexicans, that's how they got over here. So when Cortez and Pizarro, the Spanish, they came over here and started conquering, y'all had already been over here for thousands of years.
That's right.
But they're not going to teach you that. They're not going to teach you that history. You can only find that in the Bible.
Teach that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
So the statutes and laws. So what would be some of the laws? What type of laws do you need if you got millions of people and you got to live amongst each other? What type of laws do you need to be at peace with each other? Let's name three laws that you have to have if you in a massive group of people to be at peace.
Equality is the law.
Well, equality amongst the people, so you got to be fair. So you got to be fair amongst each other. So what else?
2nd Ezra 13.
Okay, so is it okay for you to kill each other? No, it's not okay for you to kill. Get Exodus 20 and 2. Get Exodus 20 and 2. So the Bible is going to give us some laws. And he said you got to live by these laws because you're my people. You're my chosen. If you don't keep these laws, I'm going to have to bring another nation against you to show you that you did wrong according to my laws. Read Exodus 20 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus.
No, start at 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the house of Egypt, out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So here's Egypt right here. So the Most High delivered us out of this land. We were slaves here. He brought us over into the land that he promised our forefathers.
That's right.
So So your people, after a while, y'all didn't want to keep the commandments. So y'all said, okay, we want to go on this side of the earth. So he allowed that. But he said, you still got to keep my laws on this side of the earth. We didn't do that. How do we know that? Because the Spanish came and started to destroy your civilization. Read.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So you can't have any other gods. You can't serve Buddha. You can't serve Allah. You can't serve the Queen of Heaven. Easter, like they celebrate Easter, that's the Queen of Heaven. She's the god of fertility. Now it's hard for the so-called white man to produce kids. So they created this god to serve, and they would send up cakes and they would do things like that and worship. So read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
So graven image would be something like that Christianity cross. Let me get a picture for you real quick and show you. When they came on this side of the earth, you see that cross? You see this cross right here? They made that image. And they said this image represents Christ. And they said, wherever we go, we're going to conquer in the name of Christ. But they made this graven image. Christ ain't got nothing to do with this cross. He was killed on it. Like, let's say if my brother got killed by a Tech 9, am I going to wear a Tech 9 around my neck? No, that's stupid. Am I going to walk around with a Tech 9 because my brother got shot? No, I'm not going to do that. But they said, well, this represents Christ. So you got to wear that around your neck. You got to walk around and you got to hold it and tell people they have to convert to Christianity.
That's right.
That's a made-up religion. Christ is actually real. Now let's read some more commandments. Read.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything.
So jump to verse 8. We're going to show you one of the commandments he gave us.
Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day.
So he said, remember the seventh day. That's the seventh day. That's the seventh day of the week. So you've been working all week. Don't it make sense that he would give you a day of rest to make sure that you had a day to relax and be with your family and worship him and give him thanks for that, you know? So he set that up for us. And he said there's certain things you can't do. You can't buy or sell, you can't cook, and you can't work. Now you got to keep these things. That let him know that you love him because you're keeping that commandment. Read on.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Now go to the next commandment. Honor thy mother.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
So if you're living in a huge group of people, ain't it important that you have to obey your parents? Because they're going to look out for you. They're going to make sure bad things don't happen. Go to the next commandment.
Thou shalt not kill.
Thou shalt not kill. Because we can't be going in the black and Hispanic community. Do we kill each other a lot over dumb stuff? It's because we won't keep this one commandment right here. This one commandment will actually stop a lot of black on black, brown on brown killing. You see what I'm saying? So we got to return to it. We don't know that these are actually our commandments. We lost it when we went into slavery. Read on.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
So you can't sleep if your brother, you got any brothers? No brothers, you got any siblings? Sister? Okay. So let's say, I'm going to use myself for instance. If this is my brother and he's married, he's saying don't commit adultery. So it's a commandment for me not to sleep with his wife. Is that a good rule to have if you're living in a nation of people? Yeah, so are these things good or bad? So why don't people want to keep them? They say they want peace, no justice, no peace all day long, but they don't want to keep what God gave. This right here will stop all that. But they don't want. They run from this thing. When this stuff come out, they go running. Like the sister just came over. The brother was listening. She come over and take him. Hey, you got to come over here. He's trying to learn how to be at peace with his own people.
That's right.
But our people don't. They hate that. Read.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal. So if you got $100 in your pocket, is it okay for me to come and take that from you? This is what we need as a nation of people to live in peace.
That's right.
But our people don't want to. They don't want to keep these basic laws.
Right.
These are basic.
That's right.
Now, I'm not going to do to him what I don't want him to do to me. That's
right.
all what the commandments are saying.
Teach
How can that be wrong? How can that be bad? But people want to kill you when you bring this out.
Teach
That's crazy. Read on.
Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness.
So don't lie. Is it okay for me to lie? If somebody was stealing down the street, is it okay for me to come up and say, hey, I seen him, he was the one that was down there stealing? No, it's not. It's not. You have to have laws in any nation of people that you're in. It's common sense. But our people they don't want to do it. So the Most High said, okay, if you don't want to do it, I'm going to put you in a group, I'm going to put you in a nation of people where you're going to have to follow all their laws. And they're going to treat you like crap all day long. The eagle. Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 28, and I believe it's 49. The eagle. So this is important. Read that real quick.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee.
So he's telling it, Moses is telling the children of Israel. He's only talking to one group of people right now. He said, the Lord, since he gave you his nation, his laws, if you don't keep them, he's going to do what? Read that again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee.
He said that the Lord is going to bring a nation against them. Now we're going to find out what represents this nation that's going to come against your people, my people, because we all the same. We may look a little different, but we are the same.
Teach, John.
Because we're going through the same things according to the Bible.
Bring it out.
The same atrocities happen to us.
That's right.
Read.
From far, from the end of the earth.
He said from far, from the end of the earth. So, let me show you something real quick. Y'all was living over here. Y'all had moved. God had gave y'all permission to come to this side of the earth. The man who represents the eagle, what's on the back of the dollar? The eagle. What's on the back of the quarter? The eagle. So he said, I'm going to send a nation against you from far, from all the way on the other side of the earth. He sent them over here to destroy your civilization. Why? Because you didn't want to keep the commandment. For whatever reason, y'all decided y'all wanted to serve other gods.
That's right.
Y'all wanted to serve the moon, the stars, and said, we'd rather do that than to do what you tell us to do, God.
Teach up.
So that's what happened. So they came over to this side of the earth and they started to destroy.
Teach up.
They started to plague the people with disease.
Teach up.
Go ahead.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As what?
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As what?
As swift as the eagle flieth.
So he said, as swift as the eagle flying. So he's giving you a clue of what nation was going to come against you. Started with the Greeks. The Greeks, they had the eagle as their symbol. They started killing us on this side of the earth first. Then came Rome. Rome started to kill our people, and they destroyed Jerusalem. They destroyed Jerusalem, and then we fled into Africa. And we actually settled right here in the west coast. We was all through here, but most of us settled in the west coast of Africa. That's talking about the blacks and Hispanics. So the Spanish also that came over to the other side of the world, to your people, they also had the eagle. So every nation that came against a group of people and destroyed them and took their culture and their heritage, they fly under the symbol of the eagle.
Teach, John.
We know that for a fact. That actually comes from the Bible.
Bring it out.
There's plenty of history books that'll tell you, but they're not going to teach you that in school.
Teach up.
Oh, you're going to learn this stuff out here on the street with your brother. Or you come to school and you learn this stuff according to the Bible.
Teach up.
Because in order for us to come back as a nation, because the prophecy in the Bible said that we actually going to end up ruling the earth once we come back to these things that matter, these commandments. Once we start keeping them again, he said, I'm going to give you the earth because it was for you in the first place. Get 2nd Ezra's, what is that? 6 and 54.
Yes, sir.
6 and 54. I'm going to show you because they teach over on this side of the, they teach us in white society, European society, that we're all equal. Is that true? That's not even close to being true.
That's right.
But let me show you that we're not equal. Let me show you what God says. Read.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54.
Read.
And after these, Adam also,
So he said, after these, Adam also, read.
whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So Adam was created first. He was the first man created on earth.
Bring it out.
Read.
Of him come we all.
So every man was created. After Adam was created, everybody else born on this planet came after him.
Bring
Read.
it out.
And the people and also whom thou hast chosen.
He said, and the people that you have chosen. So you chose, there's 18 nations on this earth. He said, he chose one nation. He chose one nation called the Israelites. Read.
All of this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
So he's talking to God. He said, you made the world for our sakes, for the nation of Israel. Read.
As for the other people,
As for what?
as for the other people,
As for the what?
as for the other people,
As for the other people. So he had a chosen people, and he's talking about the other people. Read.
which also come of Adam.
That also came from Adam. So you got the other people, and then which are called heathens in the Bible or Gentiles. And then you have the Israelites, his chosen. Read.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Hold on. God said what?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
God said that the other nations are everything.
Are nothing.
God said, listen up. God said that the other nations are nothing. Why? He didn't choose them. Because he know they don't want to keep his laws. So he chose one people that would keep his law. But we've been failing big time at that thing. Big time. Read.
But be like unto spittle.
He said the other nations be like unto spittle. So if I say, I spit down there, do I care about that? I don't care nothing about that. He said the other nations are like that. Read.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
So if I'm drinking a bottle of water and a drip falls from that while I'm drinking, am I going to pay attention? Am I going to care where that went? Not going to care. God said, I don't care about those other people. Y'all got to keep my laws. Y'all have to keep my commandments. I want y'all to rule over all of the nations.
That's right.
But we said, no, we want to be like the other nations. We want to be equal to the other nations. That's where we went off. We wanted to do what they were doing.
Bring it out.
So he said, okay, I'm going to send these nations of eagles.
Bring it out.
And they're going to destroy everything I ever gave you. But he's going to give it back. He's going to give all that back once we come back. Read on.
Bring it out.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
So all the nations have ever been reputed. God has always seen them as nothing. Read.
have begun to be lords over us,
They started to rule over us. Read.
and to devour us.
And to devour us. To eat up everything we had. He gave us land. He gave us all of these things we had for ourselves. But they started to take all these things and devour. And now we got to pay them for the things that God gave us. That's crazy. Read.
But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover.
So he calls us his fervent lover. He loves us. He loves us so much that he's going to give this place. He's already said it. He's going to give it back once we get ourselves together. Read.
Are given into their hands.
So he gave us into their hand. That's why everywhere you look in our neighborhoods, other people own it. You got like the Family Dollar, the white man. You got the Arabs or the East Indians that own the gas stations. What's that? Housing. When you look around, there's nothing that we own as a people. Banks,
That's right.
the grocery stores, nothing. The schools. Even if you want religion, you have to go to their theology school and learn religion. Why should I have to go to the nation that destroyed me to learn morals? You've been raping and killing us every day, and then you're going to teach me how to love?
That's right.
That makes absolutely no sense. But God said that's going to happen to you for not keeping his commandments. Okay? So you understand the eagle? And you got any other questions? Get a couple laws. Matter of fact, get 1 Corinthians 11:4. So I could, there's certain things that the Most High requires of his people when the scriptures are coming out, when the truth of the Bible. Read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11,
Matter of fact, start at 3.
and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ,
So the head of every man is Christ. Read.
and the head of the woman is the man.
So the head of the woman is the man. So you got Christ, you got the man, and then you got the woman. Okay? Read. Because there's order. God is all about order. Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
So the head of Christ is God. So it's God, Christ, man, woman, children. That's the divine order that he set up from the beginning.
That's right.
You understand that? So read.
Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered.
So if the Bible is coming out, if you're praying to God, you asking him for something, and your head is covered, like you got a hat on or something covering your head, what did he say?
Dishonoreth his head.
So you dishonor Christ. So he wants us to remove whatever's on our head while the Bible is coming out or while we're praying to him. He said these little things right here show him that you love him, because nobody else wants to do it. So this is how he gonna come back, and he gonna pick the people that he's gonna save, because they're gonna be doing all of these things that he written down in his book. Read on.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered.
So the woman has to cover her head. When the scriptures are coming out, she prays, she got to cover her head, and then she talks to the Lord. That's how she honors him. Read.
Dishonoreth her head.
So in order to not dishonor the person who gave us salvation, because this word wouldn't be coming out without Christ. If Christ hadn't died, we wouldn't be getting this understanding from the Bible. He would have just let the white man completely destroy us.
That's right.
But he's given us a chance to repent.
Used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.